If you're watching this, I want you to know that love isn't bad and that you can love whoever you want, but it looks like girls get hurt by bad boys. What we want to find out in this video is, why toxic guys? Here's why it's easy for girls to like bad boys. Every girl knows at least one person who went after a bad boy even though her friends told her not to. You might have been that friend. The desire to date a bad boy, on the other hand, was too strong to ignore. Why do we still find bad boys so appealing when they make it clear that heartbreak is coming? Even though these dark, manly men may not be socially acceptable, they can be very attractive because of how sure they seem. We talked to experts to find out how and why this might make us ignore our common sense. All of this information came directly from the poll. On their site, you could find the same information in a different way, or even more information. So, who exactly is a bad boy? Biologists who study evolution would say that bad boys are hypermasculine. He says that the men are oozing testosterone, which makes them too confident and sexual, and he says that this is bad. They might also be stubborn or unable to feel. Villains show signs of the so-called psychological dark triad in the most negative and pessimistic readings. This means they are likely to have traits of all three types of personalities, displaying antisocial and impulsive behavior. But sometimes, we just can't seem to get out of the habit. It looks like we only want their sperm and aren't interested in getting together with them. Evolutionary biology and other fields of science can help explain at least some of the appeal of bad boys. Studies show that women are more attracted to masculine men when they are having their fertile periods. It's possible that women subconsciously like men who are more masculine because they think that these men have better genes. But when asked to describe their perfect partner, most women say they want a great person who is honest, trustworthy, and polite. I think most women know that nasty, disrespectful, or physically aggressive men don't make good partners for long-term relationships because they usually say they would try to avoid partners like that. The freedom that bad men give us from what good women expect of us is priceless. It seems like girls have many different traits, like being rebellious, and that's what they look for in men. Women are taught to be submissive and agreeable from a young age, so these traits are often buried deep inside them. If a girl has trouble expressing her feelings, she might be attracted to a bad boy as a way to show her rebellious side. Girls are attracted to things in other people that they wish they had. A nice girl might like how free the wild boy feels. Even though this makes him a bad choice as a long-term partner, it might make him so attractive that the risk of heartbreak seems worth it. If women don't feel strong and independent, they might want someone like that in their lives, says Dr. Cunningham. Norhani Pangulima, a content ambassador at Her Norm, can understand. She had a safe childhood, but she liked someone who took risks. Sometimes I lied to my parents so I could spend time with him, which made me feel bad and free at the same time, she says. April J. Lisbon, Ed D., an autism coach and strategist, says she dated drug dealers as a teenager because her strict mother made her feel trapped. Living on the risky side of life is appealing to this nerdy and religious girl. I was tired of being called a good girl and wanted to figure out how to be on my own. Bad boys are interesting because they are different and forbidden. They can be a nice change from the usual types of lovers, especially when women are bored. These guys can look exciting and fun. Still, dating these kinds of men can lead to problems like misunderstandings, fights, and even addictions and criminal records. For example, hypnotherapist Jennifer Schluter got involved with a bad boy from another country and culture. There was a lot of explosive energy between us, which led to amazing sex and adventures, but also fights. She says, when women want something they can't have or shouldn't have, they want it even more. While she was in graduate school studying human sexuality, I fell for a bad boy. In the adult film industry, he had his own business making fetish films, and I was in graduate school studying human sexuality. because he was someone I shouldn't be with. The chemistry was unlike anything I'd ever felt before. We feel the safest when they watch over us. They want to be with someone who can stand up to the world and fight back when necessary. Women who feel threatened are often attracted to tough guys who don't care about social norms and are quick to turn their anger into hostility, threats, and violence. Okay, I think this would help explain why this is happening, says Marnie Foreman, PsyD, a licensed psychotherapist and author of Ghosted and Breadcrumbed. Stop Falling for Unavailable Guys and Get Wise About Healthy Relationships is a great book that you should have in your library. Obviously, there is no one to take the hit if the violence comes back at you. I had a friend in Michigan who liked bad boys. At one point, her face was messed up. Whoosh, he was too aggressive. And I mean, that was the type he liked. A bad boy is a project, fixer-uppers, or fascinating undertakings that employ a lot of their skills, charm, and persuasiveness. I think it's less likely that bad boys will look for monogamous relationships. It seems like if you can get one to commit, it could feel like a big deal. If you get one, you might think you're beautiful, funny, and smart. Women today are often stuck in a never-ending search for approval and the elusive feeling of being enough, especially when it comes to cultural expectations. This is shown again and again by the search for criminals. You know, these kinds of men are often attracted to women who are naturally upbeat and have a hard time picturing evil in other people. You didn't expect that, but it's the truth. This is something that most women with such good taste do. It makes them feel free to see the world as an adventure most of the time, but it could also be a trap. Most guys won't let other people's faith in them bring about positive change, because doing so would make them subordinate. And when we try to change people who break the law, we just go around in circles. Nina Savell Rocklin, PsyD, a psychoanalyst and therapist, has seen that many patients are attracted to men who fit the bad boy archetype. We never stop wanting to change that person into someone who loves and accepts us. Instead, we subconsciously put that wish on new people in our lives, hoping that they will give us what the first person never did. The main thing to remember is to be careful. Experts agree that men don't usually change if they don't want to. Men who have done it before are more likely to do it again and again. From a biological point of view, testosterone will make them less willing to follow the rules of dating, relationships, and marriage because it makes them more brave, adventurous, and rebellious. Look, I had to learn this the hard way when she thought my love would fix a bad boy. Instead, he taught me that you can't make someone change if they don't want to. But if you are being abused physically or sexually, please leave or call the police. You can leave at any time, and I want you to. If you learned much from this video, I want you to hit the like button and share it with others. If you're new to this video, don't forget to subscribe.